flicking really tall there.
Well, you know, it's that time of year. It's it. And as if by magic, it looks like we're actually live on the tube with you. We'll see whether something appears in just a moment. I think there we go. Look, we are in fact live. How about that? Marvellous. The plan came together as if by magic.
Skittle.
Skittle, please. Please. Does anybody want an annoying cat?
I wouldn't trade her.
She's so annoying.
She's just little and feisty.
And annoying. She's just so obsessive, just like most cats, you know. Yes. We were laughing this morning about that Tom Selleck. If you ever seen it, that Tom Selleck thing he did, like, you know.
The voice of the cat.
The voice of the cats, wasn't it? My food bowl is half empty. Yes.
Yeah.
The authorities continue to ignore my plight. I may starve to death.
Hi, Savannah.
This may be my last post. Oh, that's
Hi,
wonderful.
Alicia.
All right. Well, let me edit this on ours because I haven't seen anybody.
So today is Which Way Wednesday, and as we're coming towards Samhain, Calan Gaeaf, the Calans of winter, and we are headed for the Taurus new moon not too long from now.
Yes.
It is a time. Hi, Shauna. A time of thinking about preparing yourself for what lies ahead.
Are you prepared?
You know, hi Mike. We live in a very instant gratification society.
Oh, don't we?
Where we could just, you know.
Order one on Amazon.
Well, we could just call up the grocery store and we could say, deliver me a package of strawberries. You know, and it either comes by car or post or whatnot, you know, and here comes this pack of strawberries. And when you think about it, the rhythm of nature, you wouldn't be able to have strawberries unless you had a greenhouse and tended it and paid somehow with effort, time, or energy to heat it.
Yeah.
Or the only other way you were going to get strawberries is if you had harvested and made jam, right? When in the summer peak of strawberry season, if you made some beautiful jam or jelly, then you could have your strawberries. But if you didn't...
Strawberry jam making was a ritual. I remember that as a kid, believe it or not.
Yeah, because...
And I remember jam's bloody hot when you get it on your face.
Oh, yeah, that sugar burns, right?
Well, see, I had to have a taste when I was like, big.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
Let's see who else I got here. Hi, Carl.
It's so true, though. It's so true. Yeah, no freezers, no nothing, so you preserved your food.
Right, so you had to preserve. And, you know, in the craft of the wise, this is called the dark time, or the time to go within. And it really is the time to kind of preserve or persevere or figure out how you're going to get from one point to another. Right?
Well, how are you going to survive the bloody winter?
So here we are, some of us thinking about how we're going to pay for heat oil or how we're going to get wood in and
how you're going to survive the winter.
How we're going to survive the winter. And, you know, we still have this pandemic thing where people are a little concerned about being stuck inside for long periods of time. And, you know, that's taken its toll on a lot of people. Mentally and emotionally. I know for me, this pandemic thing has been very difficult and very frustrating. And I feel like my life has kind of been turned upside down. We're
normally very touchy-feely people and love community.
I haven't
and
been able
together.
to hug people in so long.
I know, it's just weird.
But anyway, the Mari Lloyd comes along and kind of challenges you and says, okay, the Winter Queen is coming, you know, are you prepared?
Have you done what's necessary? And
right. So as Wiccans, we see the winter solstice as midwinter's day. And we know that it's going to get lighter as we go towards Imbolc or Gwalmer. So from Samhain, Calan Gaeaf, Nos Calan Gaeaf, until Yule, Alvin Arthur, Solstice Day. This is the darkest. It is the waning time.
Feels pretty bad.
Right? Things are cold. things are dying, things are, feeling pretty bleak if you're in tune with that. But you can certainly enjoy yourself if you are prepared. In the midst of everything we were doing between hospital visits and everything else, Anton and I prepared several cords of wood.
Yes,
we had.
You've still got the blood blister on you.
Yeah, I still have my thumb that I worry that people can see. My pointer finger with that on there.
You flip the bird.
No, it's a different finger. So instead of feeling dark and cold and sad, we'll be able to have some heat from the fireplace that will help us offset our propane bill. And we love to read to each other. So many evenings, we don't have many, but the few evenings that we get, sometimes we won't watch television. Sometimes we'll actually read things to each other and think about them.
Or sometimes we'll just do what we did last night and work all night until bed.
Oh yes, I sat in front of the fire.
Book and tarot orders.
Sat in front of the fire and prepared 7 book and tarot orders for different companies.
And that's not all of them. We've still got a ton more.
No, we still got a few more to do today. But I think I sat there from probably 8 o'clock till 11:30, something like that. But you get out of it what you put into it. So if you're just sitting there going, oh, I despair, the leaves are falling, the snow is coming, I don't know what I'm going to do, I don't know how I'm going to take care of it, how am I going to shovel, how am I going to do this, that, the other thing, then that's where you're going to be, wallowing in that pit of despair. So instead, think about how beautiful the snow will make everything look. And how
serene it is when the snow falls.
And look forward to your snow day special cards where you can get 50% off everything. And but the point is, I'm just saying, find something that you can prepare, that you can enjoy. Even if it's just planning that you're going to read a particular book over the next 6 weeks or something as we go from winter to midwinter's day. Maybe there's just a book you're going to read, or maybe you're going to clean out a closet, or whatever it is you're going to do to kind of reset and be positive, right? Don't get swept up into the grief of it.
Exactly. I want to say something because it's really interesting as we move into the dark times, particularly, and I say the dark times where the dark, the night is longer than the day, and hence we have those dark times. There is more dark than light. It is easy. Some people really, and it's a genuine thing, suffer from seasonally affected disorder, where they don't get enough daylight on their bones, and they start to feel very depressed and very, almost despairing, as you say.
It's a grief. Because you are in tune with everything dying. Well, right? Your garden is being chopped up.
But here's the thing. We had previously, and it had to come down earlier this year, we had a maple tree on our corner of our property just here. But the carpenter ants had got into it, and I don't think our neighbour was overly kind with some of the weed killers that he'd been throwing around. And sadly, that tree perished. But there was a lot of good wood in it. And so now we have this beautiful amount of really nice seasoned maple hardwood, which we can burn in our fireplace. So there is life in death. That tree's passing
will preserve our heat for the winter. Yeah.
Provides sustenance for us. And that's the thing, we don't think about this, and we have to think about this, is we have to respect all living things and realize that a life has value. And we live in an age of just factory farming and
instant gratification.
Yeah. Buy your chicken at the supermarket where no animals were harmed. What the hell you think happened?
Yeah.
Hello. Santa. Hello, Santa. Santa's joined us.
Alice says the best thing about the winter is the snow day specials.
Well, it makes a grotty day less boring. That's
Yep.
for sure, and it provides an income stream for us, which we're hugely grateful.
Right, we don't have to
for,
take
you
a
know?
0 day. And
Yeah. So, but there is this this realization, I think, in the craft that you know there is life in death, and that we're all part and parcel of this cycle of things. And when my body is done and it falls apart completely, I hope I provide some kind of nourishment for something. I would love to be a tree provide nourishment for a tree. I don't want to be just, you know.
Well, we are still
embalmed
looking forward to Celtica and a green burial place. So.
Yes, yeah, you know, that's like the energy of the soul. The soul itself is eternal. You know, it's just the physicality of things that is temporary, and every cell within our body gets replaced regularly. You know,
you are being such a
so realizing that this cat
is such a turd.
Is a pain
She's
in the
tried
absolute
to rip
Harris.
my necklace off. She's tried to put holes in my shirt.
Very disruptive.
Oh,
Never
God.
work with children or animals, or Skittle particularly, you know, because she'll just mess you about. But yeah, that realization that everything has value, and that even that, you know, there's a benefit to a death as well. For the whole cycle of things, it is necessary. It's part of the. It's the wheel of life, you know, like the wheel of the year, you know.
Well, I also think that, you know, just using the example of the strawberries, if you only eat them when they're in season, then you have the positive energy of valuing them and looking forward to them, or looking forward to that pantry stash of jam that's going on the toast, you know. But if you just
Easy come, easy go.
yeah.
It's, you know, this is the thing. I think things have become too easily attainable for us, and I'm not somebody who's advocating a life of austerity. I think we all should be.
Enjoy
you know,
yourself is the whole point of the talk.
aseptic life, you know. We're not trying to do that. I'm not all for that, but I think we just need to be mindful that almost now we've bred this mindset where things are so easily obtainable. People get really bent out of shape if they haven't got instant gratification. If it's not there, if Amazon haven't teleported your package to you the second you hit confirm order, you know, that's where we're at, really, isn't it?
I think as a modern society now, we are grossly overproduct. I mean, you think about our parents were the generation of World War II.
Oh,
right?
my dad hoarded everything.
They were born in the teens and 20s. And, you know, you had to reuse and recycle and fix things.
They had rationing. That's
but
a line
things
up
were
for a loaf
also
of bread.
things were also built to last longer than they are now. We live in a disposable society. But can you imagine what our parents would have thought if you said, "Oh, well, everybody has a storage unit. Well, what do you keep in there?
Why have you got it?
Tons of crap.
Why have you got so much
Why
crap?
are you have all these things you're not using,
Yeah.
you know, or appreciating? I mean, I understand if you have some keepsakes and you know that you need to sort and put in a box or whatever.
You may be in the process of moving. You need to downsize.
You can't put everything on the wall because
it's
it's breakable and whatnot. But almost everybody now has
too much stuff.
too much stuff.
Too much stuff.
So this is a great
We've been
time
conditioned
of
with
year.
the consumerist mindset we have.
Yep, this is a great time of year to
Buy
do
more,
a little
be happy.
purging too, and share something that you're not using with somebody who doesn't have one.
Oh,
right? You know,
that feels so good. Yeah, I got one of those.
I have 2 of those. I have 4 of them in my storage unit. Here, you can have one.
Yeah.
You know,
Thank you so very
that
much.
kind of thing. So,
and it's nice to see things get used and not go to waste.
give things a second life and give somebody else something to help them prepare for the winter ahead. So.
Yeah, I mean, the winter is a time where, certainly where we were in Wales, we were mindful, we were cognizant of the fact, and, you know, you quickly get sort of brought into this mindset if you're a city and you've never been there before. You look for smoke in people's chimneys in the winter, you know. If there's not a fire in their chimney, then there may be something wrong, and you need to take a walk through the snow and go make sure they're okay. You know, it's
and you had to be prepared too, because you weren't just going to run to the grocery store for something. It was like 2 hours.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So laying your wood and making sure it's keep the tree that is perished for your benefit. Don't waste that wood. Don't leave it somewhere where it's going to rot or get eaten by insects. Same with the grain stores. You get your grain up off the ground. So yeah, it's just we need to take better care of things
and better care of ourselves.
Well, that's the whole thing. You do inherently take better care of yourself if you're focused on taking care of things.
Yep.
Yeah? Because that's where your mindset's at. Right. If it's easy come, easy go, everything is just so disposable. Oh, I can just go get another one. No big deal. Don't worry about it. It's fine until the supply chain crashes.
Right.
And you
now
can't get one.
Now what are you going to do?
Now what are you going to do?
What's in your pantry?
Yeah.
How
are you going to
help,
eat today?
Feed your neighbor, whatever.
So we're not what do you call it? Survivalists or whatever. But
by no means.
No,
but we're just trying to live in harmony with nature and understand the nature of nature and nurture nature and be nurtured by nature.
Exactly.
That was a tongue twister.
Yeah, well, it's, Santa, whoever you are, and if you're the real Santa, thank you for joining us. You should be getting prepared for your trip around the world shortly. No, you're making some wonderful points. The Native Americans had it right all along. It's not just Native Americans. It's our ancestors who understood the nature of nature, who were more connected to nature. I mean, you look at how insulated and isolated we are now, where we're just, we keep ourselves warm with artificial heat. We keep ourselves cool with air conditioning. We wear clothes. Well,
I hope we wear clothes.
Well, you don't want to see me
Robert.
naked.
Good morning, Jen. And Claudia, I'm not saying you should get rid of your photos.
No,
I'm saying that you can keep those. But what I'm saying is we all have these storage units full of things that we're paying money for.
And we've forgotten what's even in there half the time. Half the time you've forgotten that. So there you go. There's an Indian warning that said something along the lines, be a peaceful people or expect no peace. Yeah. That's probably true. If you're always preparing for war, how can you know peace? And what you focus on truly comes into focus. And it's necessary. That forced confinement of winter, which is coming, we hope does make you more introspective. We hope so, because we're dangerous people. What we try to do is get people to think. That's the whole idea of the Craft of the Wise course. That's the whole idea of personal responsibility. This one doesn't think. She lives entirely in it. She will do whatever she wants to do whenever she wants to do it.
In me.
It's all about her, which is fine,
I want to remind people that tonight at 5:30, we do our give back.
Yes.
So we'd love for you to join us on YouTube.
Yes.
We will be on Facebook as well, but we'd love for you to join us on YouTube so that we get some more watch hours at least for our effort. And we'll do 1 card readings, and we usually do around 40 of them. Mm-hmm. And that's our limit because we don't like to stay too much longer than an hour and a half or so.
It takes a lot out of us. You have to understand that, being in that zone.
And time is very precious right now. We have a lot of things.
We've got so many things we need to do. It's just ridiculous.
All right. How about
hold on. One final thing. Just talking about tonight real quick before we pull the card for today. The other thing, and particularly for you guys that are making these points about the environment and taking care of our surroundings. If you don't know, we have this project called Celtica, which we are working so hard to make a reality.
Celtica.org.
Please go to Celtica.org, Celtica.org, okay? And that's what it's all about. It's learning to live in harmony with the earth again, learning to respect the ancestral wisdom and utilize it and not waste it, and teach respect for all living things without doubt. You can make a difference to that. And if you're joining us tonight to do the online readings, we do them for free, but shamelessly, we will be encouraging people make super chats on YouTube.
To bump somebody down.
That's going to bump you up the queue, so you get your reading before others, unless of course somebody else has a super chat in front of you. Whatever you give, it doesn't matter. Whether it's $1 or $100 or bless you $1,000 if you can afford to do that, that's wonderful. But please just no, I'm not Irish. No, I'm originally Sweaty Swok.
From Scotland.
Yeah, my dad was from Scotland. I was born in Birmingham, England, so no, I'm not Irish. If I was Irish, I'd be talking like that now.
But we're talking about preserving
Celtica,
the 7 Celtic nations.
Absolutely. So yeah, you can learn a lot if you go to Celtica.org, and if you care to join us this evening, that will be wonderful. Do tell your friends. 5:30 this evening we'll be doing that, and if you can afford to throw us a super chat, it doesn't matter how much, all of that will be going to our Celtica project, which is a charity well worth supporting, believe me. So anyway, I've wittered on enough. We should probably pull the card for today, which is... Didn't we have that same card yesterday?
It's very possible.
I think this was the card of the day yesterday as well, which is our Mercurial Messenger guide. So my message for you today, your card of today, is be open to messages from your heart. Emotionally, things that pull you emotionally, they're important, okay? They are. And I think also the landscape and that river, this beautiful landscape. This reminds me something like maybe the Grand Canyon or Sedona or somewhere like that. So the majesty of the landscape today is talking to you. Just take a moment and just think how wonderful it is to be alive and to be able to see and appreciate this beautiful space around us, you know?
Well, I think this card represents the energy of Mercury, the winged messenger. And today is Wednesday, which is Mercury's day. So I think be open, like I said yesterday, but I think some really, really good news is coming. So I think everybody should be on the lookout for some really good news today. Something you've been working on, something you've been hoping for. I think you're going to find some really good news regarding it.
Well, hey, let's from your lips to the goddess's ears. Let's hope that's all good news about Celtica today. Gilda says good morning, and she loves my shirt. I got to get this the right way around, otherwise you will shout at me.
It's funny, Gilda. This is one of my least favorite shirts of his.
I was just going to say that she thinks it's a bit Bob Marley, which is not really my look.
We're way too straight laced for it, but it's all good.
It's seldom will you see me in a tie dye, as well, you know.
Right. Color. He just loves color.
I do, and you know, it's cool. It's nice. I think we need to bring a bit of color to the world.
Well, guys, we're off to the races.
We are. We got so much to do.
And we'll see you back at 5:30 if we can finish our work by then.
And please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends all about us. Let people know that we're doing it. The give back readings tonight at 5:30, and we hope to see. Thank you. I love the tie dyes too as well. If you join us, you'll see. I have one or two, truth be told. So thank you for watching, and I think that's us, isn't it?
That's us for
That's
today.
us for this morning. We've got to go to the races, so we're going to see you later. And